Alright, so this program is going to convert a test score grades into a letter grade. So it says test scores class, design a test scores class that has fields to hold 3 test scores. The class should have a method that sets the average of the 3 test scores. The class should have a second method that sets the letter grade for the test score. For the test score average, finally create a method that returns the average score and a method that returns the letter grade using the following grading scheme. Okay, so we should kind of be past, what's the purpose and we're probably still working on figuring out what our variables and stuff like that are, but the purpose is to get input test scores and then get the average and then get the letter grade based on the average. All right, so we'll have and I'm even going to jump to this notepad because I can just do a UML model, the bottom two. I'm going to close this one. I'll do the bottom two for this, okay? So let's do that. Should get a full screen. So the UML model, the test scores, and we can have double score 1, score 2, and score 3. We'll get and we could do an average. These are all part of the same double, okay? So, and then we need a string. Oh, we could do a char, I guess. We could do char, letter grade. So these are this score 1, 2, and 3 will be the scores that we enter. From that we can get an average score. And then we can get a letter grade based off that. So that looks like our variables. So then we can do a set average. And we can pass in score 1, score 2, and score 3 to it. We can get the average. And we can set letter grade, and we can get letter grade. I think that's what we'll do. And so our other model, and I'm going to just say if average is what, greater than or equal to 90, so I'm going to pause it. It's my son. Sorry, my son's running around the house acting crazy. So then now right here I'm just going to say LG for letter grade. LG equals A. So that's if it's true. And then if it's false, we got to see if else if average is greater than or equal to 80. This is true. LG would be equal to a B. And if it's false, we gotta check to see, else if average is greater than or equal to 70. LG is equal to C. And then we do else if is greater than or equal to 60. LG is equal to a D. And then if that's false, then LG would be equal to an F. So, I mean, I showed you like half of these on the other ones because I don't have enough room for the entire screen when I use that other document. But, you know, the UML model, we've got our different variables, and this would be our, you know, it's supposed to look kind of like that, but this is, you know, it gets too wide, but you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm going to set the average, get the average, set letter grade, and get letter grade, because the average is like your overall score for the class or whatever if you just have 3 different test scores. So anyway, let's close this and open up some Visual Studio. And okay, so create new project. Call this main test scores. So we'll create that. And again, until we get into full object-oriented, I'm just going to do both ways. I'm going to create a main, and then I'll break it up to its different methods, okay, or functions. So, using... Okay. So then... Please enter test score 1, cin score 1, score 2, score 3. So that gives me that asks the user to get score 1, 2, and 3. And my error is I needed to find them. So score 1, score 2, score 3. And then we're going to have to do, I don't know, let's do test average. So test average is going to be equal to score 1 plus score 2 plus score 3, all divided by, and then we're going to do 3.0, because there's 3 tests. And then we can do our if-else statements. So if test average is greater than or equal to 90, letter grade is equal to A. So we want to do a char on letter grade, char letter grade. Else if Okay, else if test average is greater or equal to 60, letter grade is equal to D, and then finally you got to end with an else statement. We'd say letter grade equals an F. Okay, and so then right here, you would see out, I don't know, final score, and then do test average, and see out final letter grade. I'm actually going to also put in a percent symbol there. And then this would be what? Letter grade. Alright, I think it works. Let's see if I get any errors. Again, hopefully my kids aren't too loud in the background. So let's say we get 100%, an 85, and a 55. Okay, 80%. So just let's just test it. So 100 plus 85 plus 55 is 240 divided by 3 equals an 80, and so they got an 80%. And we can do an end L right here, and that'll look better. Okay, so now we want to be able to void set test something going on here. Okay, yeah. Set test average, and so you got to pass in they call it score 1, 2, and 3. Yep. So double score 1, double score 2, and double score 3. And then so then I can copy and paste that. That will set that. So then I need to call it. So set test average and pass in score 1, score 2, score 3. So then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to create these real quick because I always forget to do this. So void set test average, and I will accept the double score 1, double score 2, and double score 3. I'll have a double get test average, and I'll have a void set letter grade, and I'll have a char get letter grade. So we want to do I need to do void right here. And then I need a double get test average and return the test average. Now there's issues here because I gotta move my definitions of my variables up here. And again, sorry, it sounds like my youngest son's crying. Their cousin's here, so they're out there being kind of nuts. Alright, so settestaveraget will settestaverage or setlet, so we need void setlettergrade, and we can do that. That sets our letter grade, and we can char getlettergrade, and then we can return the letter grade. So I actually return. This identifier R is return. Okay, did I spell that wrong maybe at the beginning? Alright, so set test average, and now we need to set letter grade. Okay. And this will then get the test average, and this will get the letter grade. Alright, so I am going to do one thing just to make sure. See out that I have everything here. So this is going to be here 1. Okay. And I'll do here 2. And again, the reason why well, shoot, maybe I'll do here 1 right here, and that will be here 2. Okay, so, and again, I'm doing this because I feel like there's times when I run this and it doesn't get my new code. So, 100, 100, and 100. It's an A. Here 1 and 2 get hit. Let's just try a different one. I don't know. We got A and B to work. 75, 70, 79. Looks about right. It's a C. You can do 60, 61, and 62 should be a 61 is a D. And 10, 20, and 30 will be an F. So I go back, and anything I use for testing purposes I get rid of, so I can get rid of that, and I can get rid of that. So this looks done. I'm gonna end the video.